and why I believe this weekend is so important. Coronations are a declaration of our hopes for the future, and I know she's up there, fondly keeping an eye on us.
Hold on to your tiaras because there's a royal shakeup unfolding behind palace doors, and it has everyone talking. Prince William, the future King of England, just made headlines with a move so unexpected, so bold, that even seasoned royal watchers are stunned. With King Charles recently stepping back from a major ceremonial duty, the spotlight is now firmly fixed on William. And now, the Prince of Wales isn't just inheriting fancy titles, he's also reportedly reshuffling royal privileges, especially when it comes to Duchess Sophie's children. Yes, you heard that right. There's a growing buzz around a quiet but massively symbolic change that could see Lady Louise Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex, elevated in royal rank, all at the hands of their cousin, Prince William. What's going on? Is this William paving a new path for the monarchy? Or is it a subtle snub aimed at other royal factions? Grab your cup of royal tea, because this isn't just a title change. It's a dramatic repositioning of the monarchy's future. Let's break it all down. In a historic shift that signals a profound transition within the royal hierarchy, King Charles is preparing to hand over the revered title of Great Master of the Order of the Bath to Prince William. The grand ceremony will take place at Westminster Abbey on May 16th, during the prestigious Order of the Bath service, an occasion steeped in ancient tradition and royal symbolism. The Order of the Bath isn't just ceremonial fluff. It's one of Britain's highest and most storied orders of chivalry, dating back to the early 18th century, with rituals that harken even further to medieval knighthood. This title, which was bestowed upon King Charles by Queen Elizabeth II in 1975, when he was 26, carries enormous historical and cultural weight. For Charles, this isn't just a formal exchange, it's a full-circle moment, one where the baton is passed from one future king to another. By appointing William as the new Great Master, Charles is essentially acknowledging his son's readiness to take on greater symbolic and institutional authority. William's assumption of this role is more than a ceremonial step. It's a strategic signal that the monarchy is evolving, adapting, and preparing for the future under his eventual reign. It marks William's growing influence not just as a figurehead, but as a decision-maker within the royal family. But this handover is stirring more than just applause. It's stirring curiosity. Sources close to the palace suggest that William's new title may be the first of many adjustments. He's reportedly reviewing the structure of royal titles and honors, beginning with the children of Duchess Sophie and Prince Edward. Could this be part of a broader effort to streamline the monarchy and redefine roles for the next generation? With William stepping into this prestigious role, the royal family may be on the verge of a carefully calculated transformation, one that could reshape its image, priorities, and inner power dynamics for years to come. Lady Louise Windsor and her younger brother, James, Earl of Wessex, have grown up quietly, away from the intense spotlight that typically shadows their royal cousins. As the children of Prince Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, both have been raised with a refreshing sense of normalcy, attending regular schools, participating in everyday activities, and avoiding the trappings of royal grandeur. Their parents famously chose not to use the HRH, His or Her Royal Highness, titles for them, even though Queen Elizabeth II's 1960 letters patent technically entitled them to those styles as grandchildren of the reigning monarch. But now, a major shift appears to be underway, and Prince William may be leading the charge. Royal insiders are abuzz with talk that William, in his evolving role as a key decision-maker within the monarchy, is advocating for a re-evaluation of how titles are distributed among working and non-working royals. And right at the center of that conversation are Lady Louise and James. Sources suggest that William may soon push for the siblings to be formally styled as HRH Princess Louise, and HRH Prince James, a decision that would dramatically elevate their positions within the royal hierarchy. This move, if confirmed, would mark a clear contrast from previous efforts to slim down the monarchy. It would also reflect William's broader vision of a new, re-energized royal family, one that leans on younger, well-regarded figures like Louise and James to carry out public engagements and reinforce the monarchy's relevance. Lady Louise, in particular, has captured public interest in recent years. Known for her quiet grace, intellect, and love of horses, much like her late grandfather, Prince Philip, she has been described by royal commentators as a secret weapon for the firm. Her composed demeanor during major public events, including Queen Elizabeth II's funeral and the Platinum Jubilee, has not gone unnoticed. James, too, has begun making more frequent appearances at royal events, standing tall despite his young age. At 16, he represents a new generation of royals who may be called upon to assume greater responsibilities as older family members retire or scale back their duties. If Prince William does push forward with elevating their titles, it won't just be a symbolic gesture. It will be a strategic move to modernize and reinforce the royal brand through its most promising young members. After years of enjoying a quieter life, largely out of the public eye, Lady Louise Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex, are now finding themselves at the center of growing royal attention. But the question many are asking is, why now? What's behind this sudden surge of interest in two of the monarchy's most low-profile young royals? The answer lies in a combination of necessity and opportunity, and it all starts with the shrinking inner circle of the royal family. In recent years, the monarchy has faced significant setbacks. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's high-profile exit from royal duties left a void that has yet to be fully addressed. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew's disgrace and subsequent exile from public life have effectively removed another senior royal from active duty. What remains is a leaner and more concentrated group of working royals, and it's clear that reinforcements are needed. This is where Lady Louise and James come in. Both are well-spoken, disciplined, and untouched by scandal, rare traits in a royal landscape that's been rocked by controversy and internal divisions. Lady Louise, in particular, has shown remarkable poise and maturity during major royal events. From Prince Philip's emotional memorial service to the late Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, she has consistently proven her ability to represent the crown with dignity. James, though younger at just 16, has also begun stepping into the spotlight, presenting himself with a quiet confidence that hints at future potential. Sources close to the palace suggest that Prince William sees in Louise and James a path forward, a chance to reinforce the monarchy with a younger, more relatable generation. By advocating for their elevation, possibly through formal recognition as HRH Princess Louise and HRH Prince James, William could both secure the future of the firm and expand its appeal to a more modern, media-savvy public. But make no mistake, this is about more than just titles. It's a strategic maneuver that highlights William's growing behind-the-scenes influence, even as King Charles continues to reign. It reflects his broader vision for a monarchy that is stable, streamlined, and ready for the next chapter. In short, the spotlight on Louise and James isn't accidental. It's deliberate, calculated, and very likely just the beginning. Prince William is no longer operating in the background as a passive heir to the throne. He's actively shaping the future of the monarchy, one title and strategic decision at a time. With King Charles now well into his reign, William is stepping further into the role of a king in training, carefully laying the groundwork for his own eventual rule. His list of titles alone tells a story of growing influence. As Prince of Wales, Duke of Cornwall, and Duke of Cambridge, William commands respect across England. In Scotland, he carries the titles Duke of Rothesay, Earl of Carrick, Lord of the Isles, and Baron of Renfrew. In Northern Ireland, he's Baron Carrickfergus, and now he's poised to be named Great Master of the Order of the Bath, a prestigious honor that will be formally passed to him by King Charles in an ancient ceremony at Westminster Abbey. These titles aren't just ceremonial trappings, they're markers of William's expanding role as the monarchy's next leader. With each title comes new responsibilities, greater public visibility, and increased control over royal affairs. William isn't waiting for the crown to dictate his leadership. He's already shaping policy, positioning allies, and influencing public perception behind the scenes. One of the clearest signs of this is his reported involvement in the potential elevation of Lady Louise Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex. By supporting the idea of formally styling them as HRH Princess Louise and HRH Prince James, William is doing more than recognizing two deserving young royals. He's strengthening the monarchy's internal network with figures he trusts. This move appears calculated to restore balance within the royal family, especially as Prince Andrew remains in disgrace and Prince Harry continues to operate from a distance. William's actions also serve to subtly recalibrate power away from the sources of recent turmoil, namely Harry, Meghan, and Andrew, and toward individuals who embody his vision for the monarchy, composed, loyal, and scandal-free. In doing so, William is not just building a support system, he's constructing the foundation of a future royal court in which he plays the central role. This is a prince no longer content to wait his turn. William is making moves, quiet, deliberate, and powerful, to ensure that when the crown eventually becomes his, he and the institution he leads are already in control. Despite swirling speculation and the increasing visibility of Prince William, one thing remains clear. King Charles is not stepping down. Royal sources have emphasized repeatedly that Charles, like his mother Queen Elizabeth II before him, is committed to serving as monarch for life, as long as his health allows it. There is no talk of abdication, no plans for early retirement, but what we are seeing is a significant shift in how the monarch approaches his reign. Charles is delegating more than ever before, following his recent health challenges, including treatments that have limited his ability to participate in public engagements. Charles has started handing off responsibilities that once firmly resided in the monarch's domain. One of the most notable changes is the ceremonial transfer of the title Great Master of the Order of the Bath to Prince William. While this might seem symbolic on the surface, it's far more than a mere gesture. It represents a subtle but clear transfer of influence, signaling that William is being positioned to shoulder more of the monarchy's operational weight. This move is part of a broader royal strategy, a quiet changing of the guard. And it's rooted deeply in tradition. For centuries, British monarchs have used honors and ceremonial roles to groom their successors, signaling both to the family and to the public that a transition is slowly, but surely, in progress. At the same time, these strategic handovers allow Charles to maintain authority while empowering his son to rise. It's a balancing act, one that acknowledges the realities of aging leadership while reinforcing the monarchy's long-term stability. But here's where things get interesting. With William stepping into these roles, there's a growing sense that Charles is also trusting him with the more delicate, internal aspects of royal leadership. That includes decisions about royal titles, like whether Lady Louise Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex, should be officially styled as Princess and Prince. While Charles remains king, observers believe he's quietly giving William room to shape the royal family's future from within. This isn't abdication, it's evolution. Charles is still very much on the throne, but he's also acutely aware that the future belongs to William. And in true royal fashion, that future is being built through tradition, strategy, and quiet, deliberate power shifts. As Prince William moves to rebalance titles and responsibilities within the royal family, the question naturally arises. What does this mean for his own children, especially Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis? Traditionally, the line of succession firmly places Prince George as the future king. However, growing speculation suggests that William and Kate are thinking beyond just George's future role. There are whispers that Charlotte is being prepared for a significant and possibly ceremonial leadership position within the monarchy, a role that echoes the unique and respected status Princess Anne holds today. Princess Anne, Queen Elizabeth II's only daughter, has long been known for her dedication and hands-on approach to royal duties. Although she's not in the direct line for the throne, Anne's position as the Princess Royal, a title given to the monarch's eldest daughter, carries significant prestige and responsibility. The title is only granted during a monarch's reign, and there can only be one Princess Royal at a time. Currently, Anne holds this title, but when King Charles's reign ends, it's possible Charlotte could be considered for the honor. This potential move would mark a historic step in modernizing the monarchy's approach to gender and titles. With recent changes in succession laws ensuring that the eldest child inherits the throne regardless of gender, elevating Charlotte in such a way aligns with the royal family's evolving stance on equality. William's increasing involvement in royal designations and family planning suggests he is already considering how best to position all his children for their futures, not only George as future king, but also Charlotte and Louis in roles where they can serve the monarchy meaningfully. For Prince Louis, while he remains younger and further down the line, speculation about future responsibilities for him also exists, though details remain more limited. Overall, it's clear that the Cambridge family are preparing for a future where each child has a clear place in the royal landscape, balancing tradition with a modern approach to royal roles and titles. Any discussion about royal titles quickly reignites tensions surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Their departure from active royal duties and the public fallout that followed have left a lasting rift within the family, and the media spotlight hasn't eased up. When Archie and Lilibet were finally granted their prince and princess titles, after Queen Elizabeth II's passing, the reaction was split. Royal traditionalists saw it as rightful recognition, while others questioned the timing and the Sussexes' place in the royal hierarchy. Now, with Prince William reportedly considering elevating Lady Louise and James, Earl of Wessex, to similar status, the comparisons are unavoidable. Is this move a gesture of inclusion, a quiet olive branch to Harry and Meghan? Or is it a pointed reminder that royal titles are privileges that come with expectations and responsibilities, not guaranteed by birthright alone? Some palace observers interpret it as William drawing a clear line between those who embrace royal duties and those who distance themselves. Harry and Meghan have largely remained silent publicly about these developments, choosing instead to focus on their own lives abroad. Behind the scenes, however, insiders suggest they're closely monitoring any shifts in royal titles and roles. The Sussex camp is said to be sensitive to these symbolic gestures, aware that titles signal status and acceptance within the firm. Some speculate that William's moves are a deliberate display of what a royal family committed to tradition and free from scandal and drama looks like. It's a subtle yet powerful way to assert control and remind everyone that legacy and protocol still matter deeply within the monarchy. The silent tension between the Cambridges and Sussexes continues, with each title change keeping the delicate family dynamics firmly in the spotlight. What we are witnessing is more than just a transfer of titles. Prince William is quietly redrawing the entire map of royal influence. As King Charles gradually steps back from some of his ceremonial roles, William isn't simply picking up the slack. He's actively shaping a future monarchy on his own terms. This goes beyond tradition. It's about adapting the institution to survive and thrive in a rapidly changing world. From taking on prestigious titles like the Great Master of the Order of the Bath, to elevating royals who have long stayed in the background, William's approach is clear. He is building a monarchy that is leaner, more focused, and centered on loyalty and discretion rather than spectacle and extravagance. This isn't about flash or glamour. It's a pragmatic response to the challenges facing the royal family today. The monarchy's relevance in the 21st century depends on its ability to evolve without losing its core identity. William seems determined to maintain that balance. By reimagining the roles of family members, like Lady Louise and James, Earl of Wessex, he is injecting new life into a royal line that needs fresh faces and fresh narratives, ones that resonate with the public while honoring tradition. This shift also signals a subtle reordering within the royal family itself, emphasizing those who are willing to serve quietly and faithfully over those who have courted controversy or distanced themselves from royal duties. It's a strategy to protect the monarchy's reputation and secure its future for generations to come. In many ways, William's moves reflect a new chapter, a monarchy redefined not by birthright alone, but by responsibility, loyalty, and a vision for sustainable relevance. This is more than just the passing of a torch. It's the beginning of a bold, modern royal era. So, what do you think? Is Prince William ushering in a smarter, more strategic royal era? Or are these title changes just royal theatrics designed to distract from deeper family divides? One thing's for sure, with the monarchy's next generation stepping up and making moves like never before, nothing is off the table. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you love royal bombshells, dramatic reveals, and behind the palace gates tea, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay ahead of the curve. Because in the world of royalty, the truth is always stranger than fiction. Stay tuned. The crown is shifting faster than ever before.